What's up, everybody? Chris here from SteelSoldiers.com. Welcome back to another episode of Steel Soldiers TV. Tonight, we are working in the dark and in the cold, trying to get the M756A2 ready to go get its new tires tomorrow. So it's an exciting evening. Freezing my butt off out here, but the excitement of having the 1100 R20s on this truck are keeping me toasty warm. You can see we've got the regular old Namba 20 NVTs on there, and they look pretty decent from afar, but once you get close to them, you realize how weather checked they are. They got lots of tread left. Some of them even have the little teats on there, but you know, again, they're weather checked. They've been around for a long time, so who knows how long I could really get out of these tires without having a failure. So got a set of the G177 1100 R20 radial tires that's going to go on this thing. I got brand new tubes, brand new flaps sitting in the cab, and I'm taking them to our local tire shop tomorrow morning bright and early so we can go ahead and get these things swapped out. Tonight, I got to do a couple of things before it's ready to go. These tires have been sitting outside for a while, and so unfortunately we've gotten some rain down inside the tires, leaves and everything else. Last thing the tire guys want to see when you bring a truck in bright and early is tires full of water. So I got the shop vac, the wet and dry vac hooked up, and I'm going to go ahead and suck out as much of that as I can. It's supposed to stay cold and clear tonight. No chance of rain, so hopefully by tomorrow morning the last little bit of moisture will evaporate and the tires will be looking pretty good by the time I get down to the shop. Let me show you exactly what we're getting into, and I'm going to get this knocked out. So like I said, you look at these and you say, wow, you know, some of these have some pretty decent tread, but unfortunately, again, the age of the tires makes them somewhat unpredictable, especially if you do a lot of road miles. And I'm going to drive this truck. I'm going to take it out and enjoy it, take it to shows, take it on some longer trips across West Virginia and in the region here, and have some fun with it. So at any rate, these tires aren't bad, and for local trips, you know, I wouldn't feel too bad about, you know, being out there. As long as you keep them aired up and everything, don't get them hot, might do okay for you. But I'm going to swap these on instead. Again, these are the Goodyear G177 radials, 1100 R20s, and these are in great shape. But unfortunately, again, we've got some water down to the bottom, and that's going to make the tire guys very unhappy. If I bring them in there full of ice tomorrow morning, it's supposed to get down into the 20s. So they're probably not going to be very impressed. These things come in full of ice and leaves and stuff tomorrow morning. So I got the wet and dry vac, and I got my truck parked over there, shining some light over here, helping me to see what the heck I'm doing. We're down in front of the new garage. This is where the deuce and a half is going to live once we get the last of this finished, but I don't have all the wiring and everything done. Driveway's not finished, so no lights yet. But at any rate, sometimes you got to work in the dark. So let me jump up in here and we'll suck out some of this water, try to get these tires positioned a little better so they won't be flopping around on the way to the tire shop tomorrow morning. Alright, so that does it. Got them all sucked out. Got a little dampness down in the bottom there. Shouldn't be too big a deal. It was as cold and dry as it is, hopefully. It'll dry out pretty good by daytime. Man, these tires are awesome. Look at the tread on these things. Man, it's incredible. So these are going to be fantastic. My other complaint with the NDTs is outside of the wear issue and the age of the tires was they just absolutely suck in the snow and ice unless you put chains on. You're just going nowhere. The nice thing about these is you've got multiple tread blocks and siping that will allow, you know, the snow and everything to well, to get a better grip on the snow. Ice, I mean, still going to be not as good as a passenger car tire with all the little siping or studs or chains, but it's got to be better than NDT. I mean, you just got that band of rubber down the middle. It's like big ice skates. So, at any rate, I'm excited to get these things on. They're going to look awesome. And some of these look brand new. These were supposed to be 90 to 100% tread, and I believe it. I mean, you can still see some of the mold markings on some of these tread blocks, and like this one, you still see the mold marking. So they don't have very many miles on them. It's pretty awesome. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and get the shop vac down out of here, and then try to get these things positioned so they're more, laying down. That way, they're not gonna roll from side to side. I'll try to chop them in here and put some straps across them. All right, so that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight. Got the tires kind of chalked in there against each other, and got some straps across them, keep flopping around. Not gonna be taking any high-speed corners with this load of crap in the back. So straps ought to keep it from keep anything from moving around too much. So we're gonna get up bright and early tomorrow morning. It's supposed to be down in the 20s tonight. Should be a whole lot of fun. But we will, I'm gonna save these tires and store them in the garage. Might have a use for them at some point. No sense in sending them all to the chipper right now. But tomorrow evening when this truck comes home, it should be wearing these 1100 R20s. So I'll keep you all posted. See what she looks like with her new rubbers tomorrow. We made it to the tire shop. No blowouts. Tires are nice and frosty. Thankfully, these guys are used to working on big trucks, so it shouldn't be a problem for them. Pick it up this evening, should have brand new shoes. All right, here we go, picking up the deuce and a half, and those 1100 R20s look fantastic. Guys did a great job getting them traded out, and we are ready to head for the house. They look good. All right, we made it back home, and the new tires did fantastic. It's amazing how little steering resistance it has now. We talk about rolling resistance, how easily it rolls along the pavement without power, and that's definitely improved. But steering resistance, it's so much easier to turn. When it was parked and I had to make a turn before I could even take off, it felt like I had power steering. It was remarkable. These tires really turn so much easier than those old NDTs. They definitely stick out a little bit further past the bed, but the old one stuck out past the bed too. So it's a pipeline bed. It's narrower than a standard deuce and a half. So you'll have that. The tires still have plenty of clearance in between. As you can see, we still got plenty of daylight there, so no worries with any scuffing. And I know some guys have expressed some concern about rubbing on the suspension underneath here. So I'll have to get some daylight and see if I can see any evidence of that. I know some guys have installed spacers and other things to help with that. Just at first glance, I don't see any rub marks, at least on this side, on those bolts. So that may not be an issue on this truck. I don't know. We'll find out. At any rate, so glad to be home. Glad to have it this part of the project done. And I'm ready to move on to other things. Yeah, no evidence of any rubbing here either. Cool. So I may have gotten a lucky break there. Speaking of unlucky break, it looks like the toolbox has completely disintegrated. So, man, hope there was nothing of value in the bottom of that thing. If there was, it went down the highway. Crap. All right, so I got my work cut out for me on those toolboxes. Those things are roached. So, at any rate, this part of the project's done. Grateful for my wife for following him up the road, probably in a cloud of rust and diesel smoke, but it's home. We didn't have any issues, so it's fantastic. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode of Steel Soldiers TV. Super excited to have these new G177 tires on there. I will keep you guys posted, do a review down the road, and let you know what I think about the tires overall. But I'm just tickled to death to have this part of the project done, ready to move on to rust repair, swapping cabs, all that big stuff. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll see you guys again real soon. Be sure to hit that subscription button so you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. Hit that little notification bell. And if you got any comments or questions, be sure to leave those down below. And as always, visit steelsoldiers.com and sign up for a membership. We'd love to have you guys as part of our Steel Soldiers family. See you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.